Alright, monicum a bit of more light over here. So, alright, so, been learning and realizing a lot more about the fourth house and how it's not really a weakness. And I think like a lot of people come to like the MBTI, for instance, because they have had some, well, at least in my case, in the past, some issues with their home life or something, and have gotten, looking for some source of comfort from the information or understanding that it can provide. And if you're needing that comforting, it's probably because of having a weak moon, or I shouldn't say weak, but badly utilized, aspected, however you want to look at it, moon. And which relates back to the fourth house. So the moon is what you do, or what you go back to, and there it is, by the way. Just happen to be doing this at night. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Well, up. So yeah, moon represents what types of things, how you react when you aren't being emotionally cared for, or you haven't found what nurtures you, and then you're expressing that, or going to the things to soothe yourself. And the fourth house is like the place that you would go to do that. Like it's like your comfort zone, the things you kind of I don't know if you'd necessarily say hold on to, because that'd be the second house, but it's like if you're going to hold on to things to put into your something, this would be where you'd put it, like this is your home. Which can, like Universal Frequency said, your body can be your home, or that's where I heard it from. Perhaps there's another source of where that information came from, but it is useful for me, and that's where I heard it. So, like, but yeah, and that's probably why they'll say like the moon sign's the most important, is it's kind of in a way, the bedrock of what has people coming back to gaining information, or learning about the stuff more, because they're looking for that comfort. If they've got too much Capricorn going on, too much 10th house, having something to go back to. So and like I was saying before, it correlates to the fourth function as well. And I guess I've had so many experiences with this, and I finally figured out how to overcome it, and that's why I associated having Chiron here. But really, I'm feeling like I figured out the nodes and in Chiron, how to overcome that, which brings me to another thing. With the nodes, they say the answer to that is meditation. And so there's a technique that particularly works well for me, and that is like it's kind of in between transcendental, and I don't want to say in between transcendental and mindfulness, but it's like intentional transcendental meditation. Like you kind of you, instead of just purely clearing your mind, it's like you mostly clear your mind and then you focus on what's like your body and what's bothering you still, and then you kind of relax into those sensations and focus on those, and how you could focus on shapes or pressures that they're giving, and like counterbalances to the pressures. Hey, there I am. So like, yeah, counterbalances to the pressures, and you could even, I'm starting to feel it correlate to like sacred geometry, and like how there's like a tunnel of the nerve, or you know, where you're feeling the sensation, and like you feel along that route. Like if you had something like stuck in a tunnel or something, and you couldn't, like, or say you have like clogged pipes or something, you have like something stuck in it. Sometimes you have to have something like, you know, land at that from like just the right angle to catch it, and then allow it to like, you know, pass through or whatever. Like, it's like you kind of do that with the, you know, if you're stiff somewhere or something, like you, you know, let that, instead of forcing anything, let that work itself out. And then you start to, at least I do, picture all kinds of crazy, well, don't want to call it crazy either, but like, you know, start to picture all kinds of patterns and stuff, and, you know, kind of cymatics, and there's a particular shape that I see a lot, and it's a I think it's a hexadehedron. It's the, you know, 16 pointed, like, you know, pentagon, but with 16 points. And that's like the one that I see a lot, or am seeing a lot. And it kind of reminds me of like the last Mimsy movie that I watched. You know, my siblings watched it, and I watched it, like, where they have that box and it makes the patterns in the sky. Battery's low. I'm also going to stop this again so it doesn't cut off.